Michael Vone, real estate advisor with eXp Realty here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I wanted to give a little bit of information, some hopefully helpful information regarding roof situation here in Florida as it pertains to homeowners insurance, seller's disclosures, that type of thing if you are thinking of buying or selling a house, and also for my agent friends, just something that I learned during this process. So hopefully you'll find this information useful. But as most of you probably know, the homeowners insurance industry has really gone haywire in the last few years, specifically when it comes to the age of a roof. Not the condition, but the age of the roof. That's the kicker there. So recently we had a situation where I was working with the buyer, and the roof age on the seller's disclosure was to the best of the buyer's knowledge. I guess their agent had explained to them, you know, it's just put whatever you think it is, as close of a guess as you can do. Fine, totally get that. So they put a certain age on there, and then when we went to start getting quotes for homeowners insurance and we sent the 4-point inspection out, it turns out that the roof was actually 5 years older than what was on the seller's disclosure, which, because of that age, it put it over the 10-year mark. Now, the important part about that is that right now, a lot of insurance companies are only insuring a house with a roof that is 15 years old or less. If it hits 15 years old, there have been instances where the insurance companies were dropping the coverage on the house, no matter whether the roof was in good condition or not. Now, let me just segue to this for 1 second. There have been laws put into place now over the last couple of years that are trying to make insurance companies at least allow the homeowner to have a roofing inspection done on the house by a licensed roofer and provided to the insurance company stating the condition, and at that point the insurance company can decide if they will go ahead and extend coverage for a certain number of years. Most of these roofs that are put on these houses are 25-30 year architectural shingle roofs, so they should, you know, even if they're 15 years old, they're probably still in decent condition and you're not having leaks or anything like that. So back to the situation I was dealing with, because it put it over the 10-year mark. It wasn't the 15-year mark yet, but because it put it over the 10-year mark, it drastically reduced the options of coverage for the buyer. By that I mean, normally, let's say you have, you know, with a roof that's 10 years, that's less than 10 years old, you have, let's say, 25 different options of coverage when you're, you know, working through an insurance broker. Well, because it hit the 10-year mark, it went down to about 2 to 3 to 4 options maybe. And of those options, they were drastically more expensive than they would have been if the roof was less than 10 years old. So it's important, I think, you know, make sure you keep that in mind if you're getting ready to sell your house or if you're thinking about buying a house. And a tip for agents that we should be doing, and I will admit on this one, I missed it. There were so many moving parts and I just didn't even think about it. But when you get under contract, if you're representing the buyer, when you get under a contract on a house, make sure that even before you get under contract, if they're going to put in an offer, before you decide on that offer price, if you're going to be putting in an offer on a house, make sure that you check the city permit sites before you do that, and double check how old the roof is. It may say one thing on the seller's disclosure, and maybe the person selling the house, if it wasn't a roof that they actually put on, they may not know the exact age or may not think to check the permit site to put that. Totally get that. So as an agent representing a buyer, make sure you check that permit site if you're going to be putting an offer in. And if you're an agent representing the seller, please emphasize to them the importance of accuracy on the seller's disclosure. If you're unsure at all, if your sellers are unsure at all of the age of the roof, and you don't, think first to go check the permit site, and then if you're not comfortable, tell them just to put unknown. It's better to put that they don't know the age of the roof than to guess, and in this situation be off. But even if it was only a couple of years, it still made that huge difference. So in the end, it's gonna save everybody a whole lot of frustration and heartache. It's gonna keep the deal moving smoothly. You're gonna have happy customers on both sides at the end of the day, and that's what we really want. So roofing in Florida, especially right now we're in hurricane season, this is one other point that I was gonna mention. A lot of times if you do get into negotiations and you are trying to negotiate a new roof on the house because of a situation like this where you're not gonna be able to get insurance if the roof is older than 15 years, many times if you're in, you can work with the insurance company to allow you to go ahead and get coverage, close on the house, and get the regular coverage on the house, but you will have to sign something that says, hey, I'm going to have this roof replaced, within 60 or 90 days, whatever time frame they give you. And this is if it can't be done before closings. Roofers, everyone's crazy booked right now, so it's really difficult to get them in. So you can get that signed, and usually the insurance company will go ahead and provide insurance. However, of course, right now we're in the middle of hurricane season, so really that's not even an option. So if you're going to have to get a new roof on the house, if it's something that's known up front and it's negotiated in the repair request, everything like that, your best option probably is going to be to maybe delay the closing until that can get done. Or if you're comfortable enough doing it, you can accept a credit. If it's something that the seller is going to agree to pay for, you can accept a credit and then do it at on your own after closing. But that is only if that insurance company is going to allow you that extra time. So make sure you cover all those bases when you're thinking about that. Please look at the permit sites. It's going to save you a lot of stress and heartache. We got our deal done, and no worse for the wear, but it was a great learning opportunity that I just want to make sure I pass on in case it's not something that is at the forefront of your mind for those of you in Florida right now, especially with the storm that just came through and we're in the middle of hurricane season. So that's it for me today. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Give me a call, message me if you have any questions regarding real estate here in Jacksonville. I would be happy to talk to you about it. All right, y'all have a good day.